In this video, I'm going to show you how I make a Phil mug. It's a style of mug I learned from Phil Cornelius many years ago when I was a student at Pasadena City College in Pasadena, California. To make this mug, start with around 1 pound of clay and center it as I'm doing here. I always do a technique where I bring the clay up, push it forward, and bring it back down. I call it wedging on the wheel. Now that I have the clay centered, I'm starting to open it up by pressing one thumb in. Next, I sweep across the bottom, pressing my right thumb into my left palm. Then I do another move where I bring my left fingers across the bottom of the pot. What I'm trying to do is organize the bottom and the wall. Here I'm going in with a wooden rib, and this helps organize the clay so I know that I have a flat bottom and the walls. I'm adding some water, and now I'm going to start pulling the walls up. I'm first using my knuckle. I find this to be a little bit stronger. Then I'm going to go back in with a finger and bring the clay up again. Here I'm removing a little bit of water from the inside of the pot. Checking to making sure that everything is even. Now I'm going to come in with a metal rib. I make these myself, and I'm going to clean the slip off the side of the cylinder and straighten it out a little bit. This style of rib, it's great to use it on this mug. I learned how to make these at Pasadena City College as well. The first day of class, they would make a rib for us and give it to us. Here I'm taking a wooden knife and cleaning up the bottom. I'm starting to bevel the mug. This style of mug, you're not going to be able to turn it over and trim it, so you really have to get the walls clean and even and sort of set how you want them to be, because there won't be any trimming later. There was a little air bubble, problem from wedging, so here I'm just putting a needle into that bubble, popping it, and cleaning it up. Because I had the air bubble, I'm going to go back with a rib, but first I'm cleaning my hands. It's always easier to handle tools if your hands are clean and the tool is clean. So smoothing it out again. Really paying attention to the surface, getting it just how I want it. Beveling the bottom again, just sort of refining the edge. Cleaning my hands once again. For this next move, you have to have perfectly clean hands, and you want them to be dry. This is the final move of making the mug, and this is what it's all about. You put your clean hands on the mug and just give it a little pinch where you pull it towards you. You're going to take it a little bit off center. The mug needs to still be attached to the wheel head to really make this work. You'll end up giving your piece a lot of personality, and you'll come up with your own style. Here I'm cutting it off the wheel head. There's a lot of freedom in this style of mug making, and that was something I really learned from Phil from working with him for about 2 years as a student, that you could have a lot of skill, but be loose with it and have fun with it. Next, I'm going to make the handle for this mug. Phil would often do a thrown handle, but in this case, I'm going to do a coiled handle. The clay that I was using was on the drier side, so it didn't quite roll right for me, so I smoothed it out. But here I'm just kind of tapping it down, flattening it out, making it more of a handle shape. This is a quick and easy style of a coiled handle. And if you've never made it before, I would suggest trying it and just seeing if it works for you. But with this style of mug, you could do any sort of handle. You could do a pulled handle, an extruded handle, just anything that makes sense for you. So here I'm setting it up. It's the shape I want. And then back to attaching the handle. I did this all consecutively. There are some shortcuts here, but I didn't let anything really set up. If you want to, you can put this together almost immediately, or you could let your handle and mug dry a little bit, but I did this all right in a row. So checking here, if you notice I've cut that top edge at a bevel, so it will be a little bit more room for joining. Cutting the bottom, approximately how I think it's going to fit. Checking again to make sure it's going to look okay. Next, I'm going in with a serrated rib, scoring the joints of the handle and the mug. I'm getting just a little bit of water from the throwing water. I'll use this as my joining slip. Pressing it on, I'm starting with the top, making sure that joint is really strong, curving it around and pressing it in from both sides to join the bottom. In this style of mug, I always join the handle opposite of where I'd pinched in the cylinder, and clean up the top, kind of make sure it's a circle again. And that's it for making the Phil mug, a style I learned from Phil Cornelius at Pasadena City College many years ago. Have fun trying this out on your own. And thank you for watching. Until next time.